Okay, so it is saying that it's time to report in, but it's also saying we have a part-time... It's like, okay, we should report to Teddy and actually save Kanji's life. But first, we should also consider the fact that we have a part-time job. However, there are a couple more things we can do before we, do our, I don't know why So, there are a couple of things that we can do in town today. And one thing that I should mention as well is that on the 19th, there was a very special fusion forecast, which is skill change. Skill change is interesting. In Persona 3, this was random after a persona learned a new skill or leveled up, or sometimes after it was fused. I'm checking here to see if there are any new vegetables. Do you have any new vegetables? Oh, hey, Dachi's available. More tiny soul tomatoes, I'll take that. He doesn't have an exclamation mark, though. I think that means... Oh, okay, yeah, he might not even be available at all, because his next rank might be locked off by plot progress. But yeah, skill change. So, that will randomly turn one of your Persona skills into a different skill of kind of a similar tier. At the bookstore, we can buy Easy Origami and English Made Easy. That book's title is a lie. And we can get a bit of a preview of what's going to be in next. Aha, the hit sequel to the Man series. Well, there may be no more sequels to those if we don't rescue Kanji. I agree if this was Persona 3, but in Persona 4, unfortunately, you can cheat on everyone as much as you want and they won't get mad. There's evidence in the game's data that that may not have been the case at one point in development, but sadly it's, true now. I don't know why I'm going in and out of the shopping district randomly, because I just remembered that here is where we need to go for our daycare job. And something interesting will happen when we go there. Yes, to be a child and to always, be constantly fighting over what games to play with the other kids. So, I actually freaked out the first time I saw this, but you haven't messed up. A new event happens on your way home. Like, seriously, I actually remember seeing it, it's like, I was like, wait, went home? Went home? Something's supposed to happen now, and then I'm like, oh, okay, right. Yes, they did say that. And not talking. Yeah, that sounds pretty tough, but from what we know, he seems pretty nice. So, we have a new conversation partner. Wait a minute. The main theme of the Temperance Arcana is a balancing of opposites. The cup on this card signifies alchemy, or the mixture of several components, in the hope that they will lead to something better. It's also a card that signifies moderation, seeing two extremes and bringing them both together via finding a balanced path. It also generally represents calmness and keeping your emotions in check. The Temperance Arcana is mostly populated by mythological beasts rather than human figures, and most are symbols of peace or moderation, but a theme common to a lot of these personas, such as Nigi Mitama and the four celestial animals, is that they're only parts of a greater whole. The theme of a balance of opposites is used in various ways for the Temperance social links in this series. Bebe in Persona 3 was a French exchange student to Japan, so in that case it was opposite cultures. Jumping ahead to Persona 5, you have someone who's trying to balance two radically different jobs. But here the contrast seems to be between child and adults, as our Temperance social link is Eri Minami, a young stepmother struggling to bond with her new stepson. And I consider Yuta just as much a part of this social link as Eri is. The Temperance social link itself is, I find, kind of a pain to rank up, because the only way you can get points with them is by either going to Daycare or drawing a relationship fortune at the shrine. And look at that rank 10 requirement. Getting those 13 points takes a while. So despite this being one of our earliest part-time jobs, don't be surprised if this ends up being one of the last social links you max. That's pretty common.
I'm Eri Minami.
Yes, you should do that because that's extreme neglect if you don't.
Nice seeing you.
I kind of like her voice, actually. But I'm not sure who voices her. A lot of the social link characters aren't listed on behind the voice actors for this game. Okay, get used to these easy rank ups while you still can. That's gonna stop very soon. Yeah, this is why you can't do these ranks while Hierophant's available.
Huh? Yeah.
It's rare that you actually hear her happy when talking to Dojima on the phone. Oh, you may have eaten that to raise courage. And yeah, either A or B works here. I like suggesting to go together. So, something kind of interesting, there are some unused, there's unused text for events indicating that going shopping with the Dojimas would have been a random event that could occur, and you would randomly run into one of your other social links and have a conversation, much like walking Koromaru in Persona 3, but that was never implemented in the final game.
Let's go, big bro.
Yeah, it's nice to know that Junes is open late.
I'm back.
Yeah, he kinda has a point here. We were with her, but still, we are only a high schooler. It is always a hard feeling when you do something that in the moment seems right and then it ends up getting you chewed out. So, unfortunately that option requires courage. So, we have to say A here. And I'm sure she stayed close the whole time. Ah, that wasn't a good night. So yes, that again, except we're going to see Temperance again today. Okay, important thing I just realized. We need a Temperance Arcana persona because we're going to be doing rank 2 of Temperance today, and Temperance really needs the persona bonus because it's kind of a pain to rank up. Okay, so something actually happened in there. I'm gonna cut that and put that in the part where we next go to the dungeon, which will be soon, because it's gonna be quite a bit to go over. But anyway, while we're here, we're just gonna go ahead and view Compendium and go to Temperance, which is quite low down on the list, I think. Actually, no, it's like past the middle. It's right after Death, I think. Yeah, there's Temperance and grab you. And don't worry, I will sell my stuff from the TV world, but I'll do that tomorrow. For now, we're going to focus on just going there, although I just realized something. Can we accept the next Hermit request now? Because the guide doesn't do that until tomorrow. Okay, we can accept it. It doesn't really matter exactly when you accept this one, because it doesn't use up any time. I think the reason why the guide does it tomorrow is because we go to the shopping district then anyway, and we need to go to the shopping district for this one. So our request this time involves helping someone have a healthier lifestyle. And also help the fox make more money, but that's the secondary concern here, hopefully. I just realized these statues here are Shisa's. We don't have that persona yet, but we probably will soon. So the person who made this request is in the South Shopping District. Here she is. Can I understand that she says dieting and exercise? That shows the translators actually knew their stuff here, because there's a term diet in Japan, as in like the English word uses a loan word. In Japan, it actually means exercise. So if you see someone say dieto, they're not actually talking about food at all. So the way we can help this woman is to find some bad tasting snacks. I just want to check something. I don't know if we can actually do this now or not, because I know how to solve this quest, but yeah, it turns out we can't do this quest yet. So let's go to the daycare. It's definitely important to always have a matching persona for this one, because it's kind of tricky to rank up. Especially at the very end. Just realized one of the girls here has the same model as the one at the shrine.
Good afternoon.
Yes, not that different from Yu-kun, and I've actually had it pointed out that Yuna Okami's name, I think it actually does have 2 U's in it, but they shortened it for English because otherwise it might get confusing. So yeah, be prepared for some kind of awkward-looking dialogue here. Now, the answer here is actually really bizarre. What gives you the most points is option C. Normally, that seems like a bit of a bad thing for a daycare attendant to admit, but... yeah, this is why she likes this. I mean, I suppose, you know, being good with kids doesn't automatically make you good at jobs involving children. There's always that to consider. Your answer here doesn't matter, though. The other mothers probably gossip about you a lot. In fact, we already heard some of that before. You know, I actually fully agree here. Even though these two can be jerks with their gossip sometimes. I don't think you should be worried about troubling them. You think you should be more worried about your son. Well, we get a tiny bit of money out of that.
Welcome home.
And this time, no social link with Nanako available, so we just have to go up here and read our book, Beginner Fishing. We haven't even tried to fish yet. I think it's available now. I might check that, well, I was about to say I might check that next time we have a free night, but tomorrow is not going to be a free night. So normally the number of times you can fish depends on your diligence stat. I think that increases the total number. There is actually a second book, though, that also improves your fishing, and it's highly recommended that you read that before you start going for really major fish.
Good morning.
We don't have access to that book for a while, though.
We're growing veggies at school. The teacher gave us seedlings and told us to try growing them at home.
I remember when I was in, like, early school, they did that with us. They did it with sunflowers, putting sunflower seeds in cotton wool, I think.
I asked Dad, and he said I could plant them wherever I want. I don't know where's good, though.
Yeah, a few of the people outside were talking about that much earlier.
The place next to the house? Mm-hmm. We don't use it, but it's our yard. Is that where we're gonna plant the seedlings?
Oh, that was recommended. And it's good to know that it's part of the house, so we're not going to get in trouble for growing stuff here.
Is this where we're gonna plant the seedlings?
Luckily, there just so happen to be good enough tools for gardening here. Oh, okay then. Yeah, that's a little earlier than the guide gets.
Wow! Can we plant the seedlings now?
And that's thanks to the music social link.
Do you think the veggies will grow?
As long as we take care of them, they will.
I'll do my best to take care of them. Hey, I want to make a sign. No one will know what we planted until the veggies grow. I gotta write down that there are veggies growing here. Yay! Thanks!
So that sign says yasai, or vegetables in Japanese.
We did it! I'll be in charge of watering the plants. Okay. We planted them together, so we should grow them together too. If a lot of veggies grow, will our house be like Juness?
Sort of, unless, yeah, we can't exactly grow meat, so, yeah.
I can't wait!
So, growing vegetables is actually new to Golden. Also, that scene is a forced, Nanako +2, so that's why having a matching Justice persona is good to have at all times. So yeah, this mechanic is totally new to Golden. You can plant some seeds, and they grow in a few days, and then you can pick them. You can also choose to maintain the garden. Now, harvesting from the garden does not use up time. So whenever you see crops ready, make sure you always get them, because there's no real reason not to. And it says here though, maintaining the garden does actually take time, but maintaining the garden while Nanako and or Dojima are around will give you social link points towards them. And it also increases the crops produced. And I already said that. So from now on, and yeah, it says they'll be ready for harvesting in about 5 days. From now on, the housewife in farming clothes at Juness will no longer sell vegetables to us outright. She will only sell seeds. In fact, here she is. She's come all the way to our house. So she's got tiny soul tomatoes and return daikon. The two vegetables that we've already had so far. Obviously, we're going to want to focus on tomato seedlings at this point because that's more SP, and more SP is always good. You can always buy both the ones she has available, but yeah, she doesn't restock for a little while. I don't know if you have anything different to say. Okay, I guess we've inspired her. That's good. Also, if we talk to the dog... yeah, she's probably been feeding her... I was gonna call her cooking something, and then I realized I shouldn't call it that, because in the timeline, that hasn't happened yet. I think anyone who's familiar with this game knows what I was going to call it. But anyway, today we're actually going to go into the TV and rescue Kanji. So now is when I'm going to sell my materials from Yukiko's castle to Daidaura. But before I sell things, I just want to quickly take note of how many golden cloths I have. 4, okay. I think you need to actually sell 6 to unlock the item that he makes out of them. It's either 6 or 10. But we basically need to get to the point where we can make that item, because it's needed for a side quest. Okay, so out of this we get Charm Robe. Really? That's all? Huh, okay. I don't know if we're going to buy all that much, but we do have quite a bit of spending money from Dojima, and we're going to be getting more going into the dungeon. So I could get a better weapon for you. That's only a very small increase, though. I get this feeling that I normally have a better katana at this point. I might not have got enough materials in the TV world last time, because I'm not sure if I really should spend this much on just a very slight attack increase. I may as well. I'm not going to sell the golf club. The golf club's cool. It's a shame that we have to say goodbye to it. Can I afford this? I think I actually am going to go for this. And yeah, I'll sell Chie's original shoes. Not going to buy anything new for Yosuke or Yukiko yet, though. And there's a reason for that. As for armor, I kind of prefer to use what I just find inside the TV world. And yep, no more tap soda. Unfortunately, it's not a rainy day sale here. But we can get Royal Jelly, Dokudami Tea, Mouthwash, and Sedative. Okay, so for the upcoming dungeon, you want lots and lots of these. Okay, that's just one ally. Do we have anything better, like that does it for the whole party? Dizzy and down one ally. I don't... okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna get... Okay, just to make sure, I'm gonna get 10 of these. Because you want to make sure you're able to cure rage. And, Dokudami Tea might actually not be a bad idea either. I think I'll get 5 of those. Revival Beads I prefer not to buy because they're very easy to farm in floor 1 of Yukiko's castle. As are Goho M's. Okay, I've got more firecrackers and ice cubes. Because we will be dealing with some dangerous things that are weak to fire and ice kind of soon, and also, they're not nearly as effective against gold hands as they used to be, but they're okay in a pinch. The other thing is, the gold hands from Yukiko's castle are also, still quite lucrative for this point in the game. So going in to farm them is not a bad idea either, and for that, attack items are still really useful. So, we'll be saving here because we're going to head into the TV to rescue Kanji. And who knows what awaits us there. Yosuke is not going to like this, in more ways than one.